Sup everyone, welcome to the Ichiban only Millennium Tower. Before we get started, let's get into some ground rules. Number 1, I can only use Ichiban to attack. Everyone else has been dropped to 1 HP. The only thing that might allow them to attack is them being enraged, but yeah, we're not gonna count that as I've taken all their armor off and weapons, so they're only going to do a small amount of damage. Second, I'm not going to use this satellite orbital laser every battle. I'm only going to use it for like 2 fights, and that then being the Scarred Yakuza and the Walking Ad Boys, because screw them, I hate them, and I hate tanky enemies. Other than that, everything is fair game. Our first encounter was with our favourite Protect and Serve Coons. First they killed Seiko, then Kiryu, and finally Adachi. This left Ichiban to do what he does best: hit these bots out of the park. First one went down with ease. Second one got a German suplex and a couple of bat swings to the face, and with that our first battle was done. The second battle was very much the same as the first one, which is quite a recurring theme besides 1 or 2 battles, but we'll get to them obviously when we do. But I thought this was actually going to be quite, it's going to be quite easy, but the next battle that I'm going to show nearly ruffled my jimmies. But on another note, I also realised how good Pep-Mill is good. Let's just say it carried me through some fights and made them much quicker. Our first major boss in the Millennium Tower was the Tiger Seijima. I'm going to play this at 2 times speed, I'll do this with all the others bosses. But I actually thought I was going to lose here because I was like, wow, he was 2-turning me. He has more health, than Majima and Kiryu, and Tendo, they felt so much easier. But I thought I was going to lose, and yeah, I think I got down to like 700 HP on this. It was actually quite, daunting, just thinking I was going to fail on the first major boss, but luckily I didn't, and we win, as you'll see when the whole battle has ended. So this is one of the fights where I used orbital laser. This fight, it's just, honestly, it's a pain. You've got these guys that can just literally tap you all like 6 million different times. So I thought it'd be best to, just use the orbital laser, since it's one of these enemies that I hate. I just hate it. And as I said, I'll use it on the Scarred Yakuza and the Walking Ads. So I thought, for the best, I want to just give it 3 battles, and you will just see right now. I just click on it, skip the cutscene, bang, done, dead, insta kill. This was the most saddest boss fight in the tower. This was ridiculously easy. It lasted all of 2 attacks on my side, and with Peppermill Blow, it's basically dead. This fight really pushed over. I actually have nothing to say. Imagine I didn't even try to go with a Blaze of Glory, which it really upset me, and I was crying on how easy it was. It was just no. This is another fight where I used the orbital laser on. I used it here because I hate these guys, and even though I have an electric bat, they are stupidly highly resistant to melee, and I was like, I'm not dealing with it, I'm just going to use the orbital laser attack. I used it twice in this fight, and if I knew the lightning spell, I would have obviously used that instead, making the fight much easier. This save file didn't have it, and I was already part way through, so I was like, might as well use it. I'd just like to point out this Hippie do healing. He can heal to full, which is pretty damn amazing, if you ask me. It could have been pretty problematic if he did it every other time I damaged him. Like, he'd get under like 25% HP. He's like, haha, I'm gonna use my healing, but he didn't. I just thought it was worth pointing out, as that could have been pretty difficult to maybe deal with, possibly, depending on how much damage it was doing. Now, Tendo is, I'd also say, kind of quite easy. I don't know why Sagema was the hardest, like, mini boss by far here. God knows why. Tendo was really easy. I don't really have much else to say. He goes down like a ton of bricks when you use, you know, Peppermill Blow. Half his health is gone. So yeah, he is harder than Majima, but not as hard as Sagema, which I still find really, really odd. So finally it was time for the Dragon of Dojima. Kiryu, again, quite easy, actually took more than 3 or 4 hits, which was nice to see. Only things that you really have to worry about is his Dragon of Dojima style, where he can counter attack. Rush as well, where he can also counter attack. The send off for this fight was definitely not any reference to the amount of cash money that you can get in Yakuza 0, just slapping around with a bit of cash, making that sweet little reference. But yeah, again, probably the hardest besides Sagema out of the 4. Now, before we get in the final fight with Amon, you may be wondering, Kieran, you've not really included many of the random encounters you've been faced throughout the Millennium Tower. There is about 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 or so. And yes, person who is thinking that right now, you are correct. But I am going to have the whole upload of the whole run. I didn't really see fit to include every single random encounter, as one is very samey, and there was only like once where Psycho got enraged, and obviously I just close it here. She hit one person and then died. But please feel free to check it out in the description. It will be unlisted. It won't clog up the main upload page or anything. So just check that out if you want to just some verification on the whole thing being, you know, legit and no mods, hacks, and me using the orbital laser like 3 times when I said on the Scarred Yakuza. But yeah, let's jump into the Amon. So now, Amon. Amon. What am I actually gonna say? This Sagema was harder. I actually can't believe I'm saying this. Sagema was the true boss of Millennium Tower for Ichiban. Yeah, he has some. He's basically like Kiryu on steroids. He has the styles. He has the orbital laser. He has the drones, but that's all he really has. It was actually an easy Millennium Tower boss. There's not really much else I can say. I'll let this play out and I'll have a final few words to say at the end. So, just as a final couple of words, I want to say thank you. I apologise, this might not be the best. It's my first time doing one of these kind of videos, and I hope to improve. It's kind of my first time doing this kind of thing, and with the editing software, I'm still getting used to it. So, I hope it turns out alright. As I did say, you can watch the whole thing unedited. It's about 46 minutes long. You can 100% watch that, and you know, as validation if you prefer just to watch the whole thing done without me cutting through like 99% of the fights or whatnot. But yeah, it can be done, and I hope you liked it. I do hope to get the true Millennium Tower done. That would just be, I guess it might just be a fully 1 hour uncut, because yeah, I think that's probably for the best for it. But thank you. If you liked it, please please comment some, you know, suggestions on how I can get better, because I feel that that's very, 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 very important right now for me in regards to editing. But I did have fun editing this video. It did surprise me. yeah, that's all I got to say. But thank you. Ciao.